accounting is a language of business, they say, right? And so you knowing that and the inner workings of how a financial statement works and what goes into it, the ins and outs, that alone is a great tool to have in life.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
How did we get to the point where minorities were making up such a small percentage of CPAs and accountants in the industry?
In my opinion, a lot of more minorities don't have an accountant in their world. They don't see an accounting. They don't even think of the major. They don't have a friend of a friend who was an accountant. Like a lot of the students that we meet with and we work with, we ask them, how did you get into accounting? Most times they either knew someone or they took a course in their high school. And so again, a lot of the minority serving schools that have the most populations, they don't necessarily have an accounting course in their school either. So these students aren't hearing about the profession until they maybe get to college. And so to me, that's too late. Like they are already competing with all these other career choices and options. And so I think the profession is already starting off struggling because of that lack of awareness prior to college. And so I think a lot of efforts that we do is what can we do to move that before college? Like how far, and sometimes we're even talking now, do we need to go back to middle school? Like how far do we go back to start educating around this career and changing this dynamic? And what organizations can we work with where there's young people or, students, high school students, just to start educating? We've done a lot of different things in that space, but I think that's where we have to start to change that and get people more aware of the career.
If you're talking to the students about the idea of getting into accounting, what is the message? What is the reason that they should consider that career?
One, the benefits are endless. You don't necessarily have to, it's a great foundation to have. Accounting is a language of business, they say, right? And so you knowing that and the inner workings of how a financial statement works and what goes into it, the ins and outs, that alone is a great tool to have in life, no matter what you do. And as an accountant, you can, like I said, there's so many options in an accounting firm that you can use that degree for. And even beyond that, if you wanted to be a CFO, you could be a CFO. A lot of CFOs go on to be CEOs of organizations. It's just the endless possibilities of what you can get in that career. And then I just think people don't realize, like I worked in a public accounting firm. I'm not going to say which one, but I loved the experience. You got so much of the experience there. You're not doing the same thing every day. It's very different. You get all this different exposure and to help you figure out where you want to be and to help you decide what you want. And so I just think and even then I was an accountant and now I'm a director of diversity and inclusion. Like it's so many possibilities where that can take you. And getting your CPA is even beyond. I mean, that once you have that too, it's like now you're in this elitist group of accounting students, and that tool alone on the back of your name markets you even more. So it's just, I just don't see a negative to becoming a CPA and an accountant because you can use it anywhere.
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit BusinessJournalDaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to AfterHoursYoungstown.com.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.